Coming up on this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly, a Wildcat you should know and a retiring staff member. All this and more coming up next. Hi, welcome to this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. I'm your host, Emily Albuchon. A former NEQA student is running for Congress. Claire and Carly have the details.
Former NEQA graduate Lauren Underwood is dedicating her life to political change.
When I was in high school, our mayor at the time in Naperville, Mayor Pradle, had launched a new program to allow high school students to join local boards and commissions. And so I got appointed to the Fair Housing Commission in Naperville. And I served 1 year and they got reappointed again, and I loved it. It was my first time being involved in politics, and to be 16 and 17 and be able to investigate allegations of discrimination and make recommendations to city council, I was like, are you kidding me? This is awesome. And thought that for sure I would want to continue to do that type of thing, but had no idea that I could do it professionally. So when I got to college, I went to the University of Michigan. In my freshman year, they taught a class, Policy and Politics in Nursing. I'm a nurse, and so I'd studied nursing, and I was like, oh, well, I didn't know that you could do political stuff with healthcare. And so spent the term learning about that, and I was hooked ever since. I was working in Capitol Hill. I worked for Senator Obama in D.C. for one summer, and then I went and worked in the federal government. I worked at the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Ms. Underwood participated in many extracurriculars such as MV Interact and the bowling team that helped her grow into a leader.
Having the opportunity to lead my peers and grow and learn, that was excellent for me. I wouldn't be able to run for Congress at 30 if I didn't become comfortable being a leader in high school and in college. And so if I could say anything, I would say to all the Wildcats out there that are watching this, you guys have it in you. And our country is waiting to hear your voice.
You can visit underwoodforcongress.gov to learn more about Lauren Underwood.
And for Wildcat Weekly, along with
Carly Herzberg,
I'm Claire Thomas.
Students and staff use apps every single day. Tyler looks into NEQA's most useful apps.
Is downloading over 197 million apps, but there are 3 special apps that are found to help many high school students. Those apps are Pocket, Screencastify, and Hippo.
All those apps, a lot of them kind of serve the same purpose or things like that. So when I'm thinking about using my Chromebook, there's quite a few different ones that I use on a regular basis, but I really like ones that allow me to save and bookmark stuff.
Pocket is a free app that helps you study for tests, speeches, and essays. This app can save photos, articles, and videos and can be shared with people on social media.
So Get Pocket is one of those apps that allows you to take any image, any website, anything you're looking at on that Chromebook and actually save and organize it to something you can read later. And what's kind of cool about it is you can actually have it on your mobile device too. So I can save an article off my Chromebook, go read it on my iPad later in the day if I'm offline.
The 2 other free apps are Hippo and Screencastify. These 2 apps can be used to create videos in order for presentations. Plus, Hippo can be used as an editor for videos.
Screencastify is a big one. There's a couple other ones that we use like Hippo. You can use WeVideo to do some of that too. Those apps are really nice because it allows you to capture a little bit of something that you might not have an easy way of capturing before, or actually record a note for yourself. You got to find what's going to work for you. If you are constantly forgetting to do something, you better find an app that works for you that does that. And there's tons of them. It's like I can tell you one, you might find 2 more that are better for you.
Although all the apps are free, if you want to get better features for the apps, an extra price will be charged. To download these apps, go to any app store on your device. For Wildcat Weekly, I'm Tyler Orlow.
There's an award-winning digital artist that's bringing NEQA into another dimension. Grace and Harrison take a look into it.
Countless hours of hard work and dedication has paid off for artist Delaney Grubb. Focusing on computer graphics, Delaney creates her art based on society's technological advancements.
When it comes to computer graphics, so many companies nowadays are moving into like the digital age, like Disney and Pixar. I knew that I wanted to learn the science kind of behind that. I wanted to bring my art into the new age, so to say. That's how I started to think about like working in Photoshop and Illustrator, 3D design, trying to take my style and bring it into the new age.
One of the many unique creations Delaney has made is called the NEQA Czar. The Czar is a story saga that Delaney created in order to showcase her creativity and artwork to everyone.
And the plot of it is the courtyard dividers between hallways, like the A hallway to the other A hallway, they have all these signs that always says, this is not an exit, and the doors are locked. And I always wondered, how come they're locked? So that's when I came up with this idea.
The characters of the Tsar are based off of Nikwa's students' and teachers' lives in another dimension called the Tsar. Delaney is then able to create these characters by taking their photos and turning them into doppelgangers who live in this alternate reality. Their characters are then displayed on a movie poster for each episode. Not only has Delaney impressed many people at Nikwa with her talents, she's also been nationally recognized for her many creations.
I am recognized by the National Scholastic Art and Writing Program. For my design category, I have won a silver key, as I am wearing right now, for my project Nikwa Tsar.
If you are interested in reading the Nikwa Tsar saga, or would like to be featured in an upcoming poster, or just want to see more of her work, visit her website, www.galactichooligan.weebly.com. And for Wildcat Weekly, along with Harrison Oxner, I'm Grace Oxner.
A staff member is saying goodbye to the halls of Nikwa. Vaishnavi looks into her time here.
Miss Osborne has been a beloved member of the Nikwa staff for 10 years. However, this year she will be retiring. Her start as a teaching assistant started in a unique way.
I had participated in the PTA, and one day the student services coordinator asked me if I would fill out an application, and thus began my career as a teaching assistant.
There are many benefits to being a teaching assistant. However, to Ms. Osborne, being surrounded by students is the most rewarding.
Really probably staying connected with the youth that will be leaders someday, taking over and caring for me, having a lot of inspiration from them, and just having a better clue as to what's going on with society.
Although she'll miss Nikwa, Ms. Osborne has big plans for retirement.
Oh, after retirement? Well, I'm not stopping working. I still have to work, so I'll probably hang out here a couple days a week. I'd like to see some students in the STEPS program, maybe hang out at the elementary school, and being a grandma. That's my favorite thing to do right now. So,
before Ms. Osborne says goodbye to Nikwa, she has one final message for the students and faculty.
Be kind to one another and support each other. So, good luck to everyone.
Have a great retirement, Ms. Osborne. We'll miss you here at Nikwa, and we wish you the best. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Vaishnavi Kalyan.
The Ultimate Frisbee team is hosting the Nikwa Knockout. Maddie looks into this tournament.
Ultimate Frisbee teams from across the country are preparing for Nikwa Knockout, which is one of the biggest tournaments in the United States.
The thing that makes Nikwa Knockout different is that we usually have 90 teams ranging from high school to girls team and youth.
Planning this tournament is an extensive process that starts when a bid is announced in October. Teams fill out questions and are accepted into the tournament by February. Although ability is a focus for selecting teams for the tournament, spirit and sportsmanship are also a very important factor.
One of the things that we look for is that teams have really good spirit. We've actually turned away teams in the past that did not have good spirit because we didn't want them to come to our tournament because we think that all they care about is winning.
Along with having high spirit, teams must be honest about how calls are made in the game.
Ultimate puts an emphasis on spirit of the game, which I really like because there's no refs in Ultimate. We actually make all of our own calls, which I find to be very respectful because you have to be responsible and respectful to the people that you're making the calls with, even if they're on the opposite team.
Good luck to the Ultimate Frisbee team as they go to compete in Nikwa Knockout on April 21st and 22nd. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Maddie Rambasoon.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. Have a great weekend, Wildcats.